Let's see if this works now. Yep, this works. So it's Ret Feral. I don't know why we have Blades Gigantic right here. Blades doesn't really do anything. It's like the least important button to put Gigantic. It's like putting fucking Backstab there, Gigantic. Oh, I don't know. So we're going to sap him. He's casting a ring on himself for Feral. He gets kicked on it. That's completely fine because now you could just cheap shot. So here what I would do already differently is I would resap. I'd like wait out the stun duration on the mage. And then I would resap the ret. And then I would cheap shot the ring for Feral. Like we'll cheap shot ring him. And then we'll just mark for death kidney the ret out of the half sap. Because, you know, you'd have 7 more seconds of sap. Because this would tick down for 3 more seconds. And then he'd be in 4 more seconds. And then, you throw this guy in cheap shot ring. You kidney this guy. You get his trinket. Because now you've invested a 2-minute CD to still only get trinket. You could have gotten the same exact trinket without using blind. And then blind can, be a lot more impact later on. You get bubble, though. You have vanish if he gets back to you. It's kind of weird the run path you did where you kind of ran around like this. Just commit to the room. Even like camp the stairs if you're too scared about going too far. Like maybe this is too far if your mage gets stuck out there. But, you want to like get LOS for sure. But you get the re, so it's fine. So now you want to be looking for pre-CC on the ret. Because we know stun DR is up in 8. Sheep DR is up in 3. We know we still have ring available. Well, you should probably add ring to what you track. I don't think you really need to track pod because it's really obvious even on big debuffs. Like here, it'll be like, yo, he's in pod, I don't think you need to track that on Omni CD. But like you should definitely track ring to like know on what goes. You kind of need to do differently. But like you should be looking at trying to DB sheep the ret here after the sheep DR ends. And then trying to stun ring the Feral again. Feral gets his re. Even if you don't get the DB sheep on ret, just double DBing them is great. So like he could just double DB here instead of blinking away. And then you could just, kidney the ret while he rings the Feral. Yeah, track DB as well. Like tracking DB and ring is really all that matters. Here, instead of blinking away, he could just DB both, ring the fucking Feral, and you don't even have to multi-stun. Instead you kidney here as if you were gonna go for kidney sap. He trinkets the kidney for no reason. He pops Convoke, and you explode. I mean, I've had plenty of Convoke deaths like that too. But what did you trinket? Oh, you just trinket the first Nahj. Okay. I mean, that's fine because you got bubble, but normally I wouldn't trinket aggro. That's like the only way you lose is if you, play over aggro like that. Like getting bubble is nice, but you exploit way more than he does. If you do like that trade of trinket for bubble, the way you kind of go around this is even if you get like the DB double, ring on both. Should have not opened with Shadow Strike. Like from stealth, because this gives them so much time to react. He can double roar you, he can stun you and kill you like he did. Really, you just need to open to a cheap shot, preferably with the red and DB. If he didn't get the double DB, he could still double DB right now. But let's say like the Feral was here and the ret was here or something. Just let him solo DB the ret, and then you just cheap shot the Feral and then go mark for death kidney the ret out of the DB. Dueling wings is usually nice, but at this point, like, it's already over, and you're not really needing to peel because mages are really tanky. You just need to land your CC. And then after you sell Feral Trinket, even before the Incarn, you should have been like, we got CDs. I'm vanishing and running for the next go because I can't get out of here. Either you step your mage and you start running even before this Incarn. Like, as soon as you got Trinket here with Kidney, you should have just been vanishing. Because, like, you've already traded. You're not going to kill Ret here. Because you wasted your blind in the opener. You don't have stun DR to get a ring. Your mage doesn't press DP ever. So like, at that point you just vanish as soon as you see that trinket because they're like, at least these stuns got something, and then you wait for the next set of stuns. Yeah, he also could just CS Convoke too. But I think you died there even if Convoke got CS instantly. Even if that Feral didn't have a Covenant, you died like 50k overkill there. Struggle against Mirror. So yeah, Mirror is kind of weird because you can look at the health of the mages and kind of see how they're going to 1v1. What's up, aimbot? And what you're going to do to kind of enable your mage to win the 1v1. So if I'm playing with like a really undergeared mage when I'm doing like Rogue Mage like viewer 2's and stuff, the way I'll try to help him if I can't do the 1v1, because if I open first, they open me and they get all of my CDs and we just lose. So like even if I try to open with duel, the mage trinket is worth almost nothing. My trinket is worth the entire game. So, because like if I get caught in 2 stuns, I'm dead. So if I open mage with duel and he just trinkets and dragon's breaths me into CC and then they go me out of said CC, I'm having to trinket cloak or trinket vanish or more. So that's out of the question. But if I, it's a situation where like their mage has 55k HP and my mage has like 45, and he's clearly playing a couple hundred more below where he normally is. I can't throw him in the deep end and say, hey, go win the 1v1, force the rogue to come out to peel, his mage. I can't do that. So the ways that I try to break that and kind of put my mage in front is either I wait for kicking the enemy mage on fire and opening them so that they trinket altar because they can't DB me if they trinket, or I let them DB in like the 1v1 and then I just open with kidney duel as well. And I just get trinket altar. And then I kind of either try to proc them through altar or I just kind of vanish and reset after the duel ends. Because if you vanish mid-duel, they can still see you. It gives like that true vision effect. The same way that like if I duel a rogue low, they can't trinket vanish to live because I could just run them down as if I had Vendetta giving me vision. But here you open mage without doing duel or anything like that. So you just get his trinket and the rogue opens you with duel. And I think you just probably die here. He did like a triple DR kidney instead of an extra eviscerate. Like eviscerate, you'd already be dead by now. That kidney is really stupid compared to just doing another cheap shot at that point because it's already so short. I mean, if it was like a half kidney and then he like mark for death, 5-point blued you into triple DR stun 2 or 3-point blue, it'd be okay. But yeah, you blind rogue out of that. I would have gone for the room because he still just has vision of you this whole time. And then you just have to vanish anyway. So like the way you stop this is, were you playing file hot also when you filed? Okay, you're not playing file hot. So like that would help a lot in 2's, especially if you had like the slay ceiling conduit as well. But like the main gist of it is you should be trying to disarm rogue here too. Like even just step disarm it so there's no chance that he evasions you. So like just try to like step disarm him here. And then you can like blind if he trinkets disarm into the setup, or just stun his trinket and kill him. But yeah, you disarm out of that and then you stun him out of that. And then you get his trinket and you blind his trinket and you vanish. And then you like sap him out of the blind and kill him. But like here, like blinding him out of it to do nothing really sucks because you need to get his trinket. Whatever rogue gets stunned twice dies. So like you still haven't, he's done 2 goes before you did 1 go. Like the reality of it is you just try to just duel or like disarm the duel and then just go him out of the disarm. And then you can like blind him into saps if he trinkets the stuns, when you do your go. And you can kind of live with your vanish. And then also if you had played like, the file hot instead of file, you would have gotten like 30k healing instead of 10k healing at the cost of only like 3,000 to 4,000 damage. Like that's really, really worth it. So like you could have definitely like BM filed and like healed way more than you did. Like you would still be ticking with the hot up to like here already by now, like to 70%ish. More than that, it probably would fully top you. And then if you're this far out, you should have gone to the room. But maybe the bomb would have like bought you 1 more second to like try to make it to the room. But the fact is like you had to use blind and vanish defensively, and you still haven't gotten 1 go. So you're gonna just stun him. He's gonna trinket and kill you. But it would have been the other way around if you had like disarmed him, gone him, and then still had blind to like set up another go on him. And then you would have like had disarm be 1 go, vanish be 1 go. And you just gotta like trade your CDs with his CDs instead of using like 3 CDs running for your life. But yeah, I'm gonna start like right now. So I'm gonna try not to fully interact unless it's like really good insights, because I kind of want to have some of it be usable for YouTube as well. So I don't really want to go full on. But I can always do that in between the games and kind of cut around the actual social interactions. But when I'm actually like reviewing the game, I'm probably gonna try to, unless it's like a question I'm answering specific to that game or something. Gonna try to keep it that way. But yeah, I'm gonna press play now and kind of get started and jump in. Rogue Mage 2's against Holy Priest DH. I'd probably go Holy Priest a lot here. We're gonna wait out the eye from the Rogue Pav, but you can go get the eye for him. And then here, I wouldn't even try to like cast a pre-sheep on him to set up the priest. I would just kind of wait and just only play around DB. That way you don't have to worry about getting, kicked or incapped or anything like that. The Rogue just waits to stun until you DB. And then you just do your go. So like he saps priest. You honestly don't even need to do that because that also wastes your sheep DR. So like if you wanted to open priest, get trinket, and then like swap him and go DH or something, you wouldn't really have that option for a whole CC chain to like threaten him having to trinket a blind swap or something because you used your sheep DR here. Like really, all you have to do is, if you're in voice, just stun as soon as you see DB on the Demon Hunter, and that saves you a whole DR. But here we're going DH instead, even though he pre-blurred it. We don't get the resheep out of the sap. Actually, you get it late. Into the DB. So yeah, like that go. You invested CDs, and we didn't get either trinket. We did get blur and netherwalk and reverse, just nice. But like you should be getting trinkets if you're gonna try to kill in like 2 to 3 goes. Like if you got like trinket netherwalk, that'd be great. And then like the kind of go here is just like playing around DB. Like the rogue should just be kind of waiting on you to DB before he stuns, because the DH could have easily just in-capped the rogue here, or like fell eruption range stunned him, stuff like that. Like even if you're gonna go DH, you should still like wait around DBing the DH. Like you could easily just cheap shot priest as you DB DH, and then sheep the priest while he goes to go stun the DH too. And it is good that your rogue's going with kidneys instead of cheap shots. That cheap shot was a little early, unless he was like really trying to play the blue combo points for Kyrian. But because he kind of had like a whole second and a half left on the kidney there. And you did kind of just kill DH there because priest trinketed before blind. He trinketed the half sheep into a full blind, which he kind of had to because the GA was going to proc, I guess. But honestly, he has to let the GA proc probably if it's that short of a game. And then positioning wise, you can kind of go over overall positioning of the game. So like how you kite and stuff. Like I would say at this moment that goes over, you don't really need to DB because you already got netherwalk and everything. And even then, even after you DB here, like you should be just running towards the pillar so that your rogue knows that, hey, that goes over, he needs to run too. Like you don't really need to stay in at this point. Like you've already traded your CDs, but you start doing that after the fact, but could have maybe done it a little sooner. You might have been able to save your Night Fae that way if you hadn't. But yeah, overall positioning wise, looked pretty good. You did kite like as soon as the go was actually over. I would have probably just trinketed that in human just to like keep momentum and stuff too. Because you did take a lot of damage there. Because we're not really able to trinket offensively much as human or lent anyway.